Hello everybody, and welcome to the Daily Splat. Now, it's nice to be back. Been away for about a week or so, reason for which partly because of the Tempest, the play that I was in, which has now concluded its run, and a big congratulations to everyone else that was involved, and I suppose congratulations to myself. It was a very well received show, and I had a lot of fun doing it. So I'm back now, and I thought maybe I should pick up where I left off, and also possibly explain why I've been away for, more than a week, because the Tempest show actually finished, a few days ago. The reason is as you may remember in the previous video, if you watched it, I was talking about the arrival of a new FIFA game. It was recorded the night before the new FIFA came out. Let's talk about new FIFA's Eve. Well, I'm afraid to say that has been the major time delay, because when I should have been doing these videos, I have been playing FIFA 13, which is tremendous, as I'm sure many of you would expect. And I thought I might just do a little sort of miniature review things, as I do here with the odd video game. I thought I might just show you a couple of the things. So, if you'll just allow a quick repositioning. I'm sure obviously most of you who have an interest in FIFA 13 would have already gotten familiar with everything. So here you are. This is the FIFA 13 menu, of course, start menu. There's Robin van Persie running along in his United kit. And yeah, obviously new menu setup, new songs, all very slick, pretty much what you'd expect from an EA title. So we'll just go into the kickoff, have a quick look round. I've been really enjoying it. I think we'll do United vs City, might as well. There's obviously been some slight graphical improvements, but a lot of the changes have been just little touches, which I'm sort of really enjoying. One of the things I'm really enjoying is the skill games which take place before a match. It used to just be in previous FIFAs, from I think FIFA 08 or so, it would be you'd have one person, a player, one-on-one with a goalkeeper, and you try and score. Now there's actual skill games. This is a dribbling thing, a gold level dribbling thing, and look, you can just run around and try and score points with you've got a little time limit on the go there, and not do it very well in my case. But basically you can just muck around with it, do whatever you fancy really, until it says ready to play. So we'll get cracking then. A lot of change to the presentation of pre-match stuff to make it feel more like a Sky Sports feature. You've got, other, no, it is pretty much just Sky Sports or Foxtel as it is here in Australia. Lots of little touches have been done. I mean, the crowd has remained pretty much the same, just weird pixelated cutouts in the background. But you've got little features like you've got cameramen who, are there on the sidelines moving around, trying to make it look like a more realistic sort of football match, and it's a little touch, but it's one I quite like. I think it's a nice idea. One of the main changes with this, there has been obviously a few animation adaptations. There's a bit more reactive to being knocked over. Obviously, last year you had the whole physics engine, which would result in players reacting when they connected more realistically. There was the odd moment where that would go a bit crazy and players would go pinging off to the side. They've refined that this year. I've only seen it happen once so far. I've played a fair bit, so that's quite impressive. But the main improvement, which I'm really enjoying with FIFA at the moment, is just the change in first touch control. What basically EA said they were doing was they wanted to make it more realistic. The first touch is not necessarily brilliant. Now when you're playing with teams like Manchester United and Manchester City, the first touch is going to be pretty decent for most of the players, but for example, a player like Nemanja Vidic or Vincent Kompany, big centre-backs, aren't going to be able to take the ball down out of the air as well as players like, say, Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo, and I think it's a very, very good move. And in the first couple of games, you really feel it. And what it's done, that along with the combination of the attacking intelligence being improved, means that what you have now is basically a very realistic feeling football match. Just as I kick off here, the movements which players make, particularly the front two players, Van Persie and Rooney, are much better than in FIFA 12 or FIFA 11, where the players basically just sort of leg it as far forward as they could. There's curved runs, Van Persie sticking out his arm there when he's trying to invite a through ball. And also the defensive reaction, because of course the defensive AI was a big improvement last year. I think the defensive AI is very good as well. Also, the first touch, the change in the way the first touch worked, means that shots and headers and attempts on goal are very different. And it also means that you'll get lots of very different goals. In one of the career modes I'm doing with Bristol Rovers, for a laugh, I scored a goal with a player doing basically a sort of flicked on header, and basically the ball was sort of crossing, and the ball possibly could have gone in. It was from the cross if the keeper didn't catch it, but my centre forward managed to just get a slight flick on the forehead, and it diverted it just enough that the keeper couldn't get it. It wrong-footed the keeper, and it went in. And it was the slightest of headers, but you could see it, and it was more impressive the way the striker got into the position and twisted himself to make it happen. So yeah, that's been fantastic. Also in the defending, I think they have improved quite a few aspects. Your defenders are more likely to throw themselves in front of a shot or just stick out a hopeful leg when a shot's being taken or a key pass is being made, and that's a really big improvement on the FIFA 12 system, where of course the way defending was done was completely changed, and it was more about pressurising and more intuitive and basically more realistic. What they've done this year is basically the intelligence of the player or the defensive capability of the player mean that, say for example, if Scholes took a shot here, you saw the Manchester City defender just throw himself down in front of it, just desperately trying to stick a leg out in front of it. So it's clever little things like that, and sometimes it works. I had a shot that was definitely going in a game a while back, that was only blocked by the defender getting in the way, and also. Boo! Anyway, I'm not really concentrating. I'm actually quite good normally. Also, the dribbling is much improved. That is one thing that I'm really enjoying with this, is the fact that it's much more sort of intuitive, the little dribbling things. So, for example, you can hold L2 and R2 and just make little movements like that, and just mess around like that, and it's tremendously good fun. Oh yeah, you're still here. Sorry, I'm just really enjoying it. Also, the free kicks and fouls that are given in this are a bit more realistic. If a winger, for example, is running past a full-back and he gets pulled back, or his run is hindered in any way, if they're not able to keep running with the ball, the referee will blow for a free kick, which I think is an improvement, because too often in previous FIFA games you'd have a player running through, and then he basically would be fouled. The defender wouldn't get the ball, but the call wouldn't be made because it just wasn't in the FIFA software. Whereas of course nowadays it is, which is fantastic. So basically, like there, just there for example, was only a slight nudge from Company, but it still went in. Also, the free kicks I find are a little easy to use. The tutorial mini games help you with things like the free kicks, and I think that has been a really big help for myself personally. And yeah, all in all, this is just an absolutely fantastic little game. I'm going to have to wrap it up there, which is a real shame because United are losing, but oh well. It's only a game. It's not a real thing. We'll crash it, I'm sure, in real life. Anyway, all in all, there we go. All in all, FIFA 13 is a fantastic little game. Definitely the most realistic football simulation that I've encountered. And I just would like to thank EA for putting together such a fantastic game, and obviously I'm sure that over the year it will adapt slightly, and we'll find little glitches and niggles that will make us want to play FIFA 14 and go, oh look, they've changed. But right now I'm really enjoying this new FIFA, and it gets my highest regards. Okay, that's all for today. Speak to you soon. Till then, bye bye.